Welcome back to another edition of the Optimize Weekly Market Recap. I'm Josh Brown, Portfolio Manager with Optimize Wealth Management. And as always, for today's recap, we will take a look at last week's activity in the markets, as well as what we are watching in the week ahead. North American markets continued their rally last week, lifted by another round of strong corporate earnings and solid economic data points. The Dow was the best performing North American equity index, up 2.16%. The S&P 500 also continued to rally up 1.85%, closing in on its record high. The TSX hit an all-time high and ended the week up 1.65%, buoyed by the latest round of better than expected earnings. The Nasdaq also closed out the week up 1.14%. Looking at the sector performance, utilities were the strongest performers for the second week in a row, joined by financials, while energy and consumer discretionaries were the weakest, though both sectors were still in the green. Looking at the events from the past week, U.S. corporate earnings last week continued to come in above expectations. The majority of S&P 500 companies are now through reporting earnings. Overall, we continue to see strong performance and positive forward guidance, leading to increased investor sentiment. U.S. initial jobless claims came in above expectations, which continues the trend from last week's employment data, showing the labor markets moving in better balance, a positive signal with interest rates in mind. Canadian jobs data provided an upside surprise, with the largest job gain in more than a year, matched by strong labor force growth. Additionally, the unemployment rate remained stable, highlighting stability for the Canadian economy. For the week ahead, the focus in the U.S. this week will be on April's CPI figures, with markets watching for further cooling to aid the case for Fed rate cuts. Not to be overshadowed by inflation, U.S. PPIs, industrial production, and manufacturing production reads are due. Coupled with updated retail sales numbers, markets will get an important read on both the supply and demand sides of the U.S. economy. In Canada, wholesale sales for April are due, which will give us a look under the hood for the Canadian economy. On the earnings calendar, Home Depot, Walmart, and Cisco are all due to report. Another eventful week in the markets, with more to come in the week ahead. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another market recap next week.